So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So in this ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly share basic informations related to meditation. So if you are interested to interact with the community of practitioners, so you can follow or you can join with us. And at the same time, if you are interested to build up very clear, solid foundation for your practice, I hope you may find valuable informations in this session. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we will take few minutes for ourselves to understand how this meditation practice will help for us to develop our inner awareness, and at the same time, how it will help us to bring the change to ourselves. Because end of this all, we need the change within ourselves. If any teachings cannot bring the change, then you have to change the teachings. You have to change the practice. So then every day you have to look that change also need to be profitable. It cannot be unprofitable. So when it comes to our life, so as you know, we all are in a journey. We always look for something. Why we look for something? It's kind of like we all feel we miss something. We are looking for kind of like a missing part of us. And through the meditation, through the reading, through the listening, through association, going here and there, we always try to fulfill something. There is a gap inside us. So, how this happened and why this gap is there? How you can overcome this? Why you don't feel that you are complete? Through the practice from the Dharma, how we can find a solution for this. So before we go into that, to make it more simplified, I will bring a story. So there was a crow, and that crow was so happy. And then by the time what happened, one day, this crow saw a swan, very beautiful white swan. And then the crow start to think, oh, I'm so black. No one appreciate me. No one look at me. No one try to impress me. But look that swan, and so beautiful, so white. And sometimes people feeding, and people try to catch, people try to, hold. Always people gather and keep watching. And then somehow, by the time in the evening, slowly this crow went to the swan and asked, oh, my friend, are you happy? So, because a lot of people come to you and see, and people enjoy looking at you, so are you really happy? So then the swan told, you know what? I used to be happy. I was complete. But one day I saw a parrot. It's a very green with the red, and parrot with the red mouth. And from that day, my happiness disappeared. Oh, sorry to hear that. And then what happened? This crow got the information about the parrot and asked, where you saw that parrot? And went to the parrot. And then he saw it saw this parrot, people around this parrot and laughing, taking pictures and feeding, and talking. So like that. Oh, the crow start to look at that. How beautiful it is. Everybody gather around, everybody enjoy. And then went to the parrot and asked, my friend, how about life? And the parrot will forget about, life. I am so miserable. The crow asked, why? Because, I used to be happy, but one day I saw a peacock with many colors and beautiful feathers. Then I thought, what, useless bird I am. And then the crow asked about the peacock, and the parrot told, oh, that peacock in that zoo, you can go to the zoo and then meet him because he's always there. And then he went the daytime, though the people came to zoo and, around the peacock and taking pictures and laughing, enjoying. And then he was waiting till the evening. And in the evening, went to the peacock and asked, oh, my friend, how about life? Are you happy? I used to be in the jungle, in the forest. I used to be happy. But what happened? People, took me to this place. Now I am in a cage because of my beauty. And now they feed me. I can't go anywhere. I lose my whole freedom. I lose my life. And then the peacock told, don't make a mistake. And I every day think about you. So the crow asked, why you think about me? So because you are the most luckiest bird in this jungle, because no one try to catch you, no one come behind you, no one try to hold you, no one try to put you in a cage. You have your own freedom. So when it comes to that story, it tells us, itself that yourself inside you, there is inherent wisdom and inherent happiness, inherent satisfaction as who you are. But what happened by the time we start to pick up little by little more informations, and we start to build up the comparison, and we start to go behind the appreciation. And then what happened? By the time we miss that our original nature, inherent nature within us, and now we completely became somebody else. That somebody will living within us. And we have a question sometimes, who I am? No, what is this? And sometimes we have a kind of like a question, even the purpose, that the purpose of our living, sometimes given by the society or given by the people around us, or maybe by the time our own actions, reactions, and result push us towards certain kind of lifestyle. So now we are in a kind of like a middle of the jungle. We lost the path. We can't find who we are and what is the purpose of us and where we go. And out of this all, what will happen to us? And sometimes we keep doing things, we just keep running, but we don't have a deeper meaning. It's very difficult to reason. So that's why it's time to time, we have to question ourselves. So overall, in a conventional life, as an ordinary person, you have to remember, you have to know, and you have to see within yourself, and you have to watch your own mind and see the desires, and from where all the intentions arise. Because end of the day, that all the intentions start to build some kind of activities, and you start to go behind it, and then some kind of result start to come towards you. So then you can't say, no, it is not me, because that intentions invite some kind of environment to us. So, and conventionally, that once you have the understanding and responsibility about that, it's kind of like you build up a discipline in life. So that is very necessary, but it is conventional. Today, we are going to look a little bit more deeper. So that conventional happiness and satisfaction is very necessary to maintain your life, but not to stop there, but to go a little bit deeper. You have to have some kind of different wisdom. So that is what we're going to share today. So when it comes to our life, there is a deeper reason why we have this unsatisfaction. Because we have an idea. We have an idea kind of like regarding self-centered mind, or there is somebody exists inside me. as I am. That I am start to build up and create and develop different ideas, thoughts, and the desires, the feelings. So then by the time what happens, that all the thoughts you build up related to that I am, maybe you're not going to find around you, or maybe you will not experience it with the outside world. So then it's going to come kind of like a two different world. So that's why in the very beginning, you have to recognize the very structure of the life. So when it comes to this, it's kind of like we have a two different structure. One is the physical, the following by the DNA and the genetic behavior. So we have a physical body. So just imagine in the middle, inside the mother's womb, you start with the consciousness, the consciousness invisible. But this invisible desire start to build up this physical body. So that physical body, so once it here like this, you can't throw it away believing and thinking there's nothing. So there's something in you. So this how this physical appeared like this. And but at the same time, this physical not going to work itself. It need a kind of the mental help. So what is that? That's a consciousness. If I make it a little bit more easy, just when it comes to the computers, look, this computer, it's a software and hardware. So it is not just the hardware itself going to run. Even though you have hardwares, you need the softwares to keep running and get something done out of that all. So like that, we have these two natures. So then, but even though we see these two things separately, there's deeply this both work together. So that's why understanding this both together is very necessary. Rejecting or resisting or throwing anything away, we have to see the connection and recognize it. So that is why understanding regarding the five aggregates is very necessary, because without understanding that, you can't get into the deeper completion or the final satisfaction in your spiritual journey. In the conventional life, you may become happy and satisfied with things, but it's going to go away. And maybe there are reasons, that whatever you become happy, it's all going to depend from outside things. So then by the time, it's going to go away. But understanding this mechanism will bring the completion to recognize how things come to be as they are. So once you have that deeper understanding, you're going to settle down with the moment, and you bring completion, and you have the final, the satisfaction. So when it comes to that, the very first structure is the form. So the form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and the consciousness. Those are the five aggregates. So the form related to the software. All the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, these all 6 organs, the places. So whatever you experience with your eye, not going to experience, you can't experience by ear. So for the eye, you have the pictures, and for the ear, you have the sound. And the nose, you have the smell, tongue, you have the taste, the body, you have the feelings, then the mind, you have the thoughts. So in the very first building blocks, we call the form. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. So it is physical. That is what your hardware. So that physical structure, the nature of your eye, the nature of your ear, the nose, the nature of your tongue, nature of your body, and the nature of your mind are related to genetical structure and your DNA and your parents and the food you eat and the life, the environment you have. So that all included to that. It is very necessary. And you have to be aware about. So when it comes to your moment of experience, that is the very first connection you build, but that is not you. That is the final understanding you have to come. It is not you. This eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, this physical structure or the form is not you. But it is a part of your moment of experience. And the second one, so once your form experience complete, what will happen as a result of that? Inside you, there are feelings arise, sensation arise. So that feelings start going to become three kind of: pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. So then it's not going to become just by the body. So the very first building block will help, the body will help to get the form. But after the form, when the feelings arise, it's not related to the body. It is overtaken by the mind or the consciousness related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So that what you recognize as the pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feelings is not physical. It is the condition of your inside. It is not the mind, but it's a part of the mind. But the thing is this. So there is nothing beyond that, the pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feelings. But the thing, now you have the form experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And once it complete, the feelings arise, three kind of feelings, pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feelings. So that feelings also not you. It arises, it disappears. It is not you. So you can't get the feelings as you. But in day-to-day life, sometimes the thing is, these forms you take as you. That whatever you see, hear, smell, taste, feel, this physical structure, that you interpret as you. So now you have to understand that is wrong. It is not right. It is incorrect. So then the feelings, you hold these feelings as you, and that also not right. Because that whatever the feelings, itself, it change. And it is not you. It comes as the result of the forms. Because if the forms not arise, there's no feelings. Without the help of from the forms, you can't get the feelings. This is what you need to know. So then when according to the change of the form, the feelings going to change. So if you look very carefully, then as life, what you experience, you bound to this outside world with the desires, wanting, needs, the will, the passion, this everything, something, it's real. It's kind of like you clinging to beyond you with the form, and that form ignite the feelings. So in case, if you become mindful and without struggling with anything, if you know this, like when you experience something, if there is a feelings arise, or if it is a pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feelings, rather than hold it to that, rather if it is a pleasant, if you hold, unpleasant, you reject, neutral, you neglect. So rather than doing that, when that moment happens, if it is the pleasant or unpleasant, if you know that you feel that way because of the form, then what will happen? In that very moment, the reaction towards that feeling is going to change. Because you know that form, that the feelings hold by the form. So when we don't have that, what happens? Our habitual patterns build up walls, curtains, colors, and then we can't get access to the truth. Truth means that what is happening within us. So then once the form, once the feelings become like that, then the perception start to ignite out of the feelings. That means if it is a pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, the perception. So that is where the perception means that you start to know about it. Or another way, like the perception, the mechanism of the perception is kind of like it. Your feelings start to put into data, details. It's kind of like a negative, positive, good, bad, oh beautiful, oh this is like when it comes to feelings, pleasant, unpleasant. But when it comes to pleasant feelings or the unpleasant feelings or the neutral feelings, just imagine, in case if you want to express it to somebody, or if you want to clarify it, that pleasant feelings yourself, and then you start to put into details, that is what the perception. So that happens with the help of your own inner behavior. And then and as a result of that, what happens? The mental formations arise. So the mental formations start to build up the thought patterns. Now you can go with it, to the past, to the future, and it's a kind of like up to the down, and you build up many concepts out of your moment of perception, out of your details. And then as a result of that, the consciousness arises. Consciousness means here, this all form, feelings, perception, or the volition or the mental formations build up together and bring one experience. That is what the consciousness. So but the thing is this, in this very moment, what you experience looking at this computer or the cell phone or the iPad, and now you're sitting, and with this, your body, your posture, your heat, your awareness, that what you experience is not a very concrete, permanent, isolated experience. this moment of experience happened to you as a result of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and you build up the form and the feelings, perceptions, volitions, and that everything come together, you have the recognition, consciousness. So it happened moment by moment, and that action, it's a kind of like a keep happening repetition. So that's how when it go like that way, you build up the habits. And so by the time, what happens, it start to develop a kind of like a pattern, because when you keep doing the same thing in the same way, and when you have the repetition, what happens, this consciousness, the final place that take the decision, start to become kind of like automatic, autopilot. And that is what we call the habits. And kind of like whatever you like to eat, why you like to eat. If you look very carefully, you will see there was a repetition of that action. That repetition build up, I like this. Why, if there is a hate or dislike or resistance, why you consciously think, oh, I don't like this, don't like that. So if you look carefully, in the very place that unpleasant happened, there was a repetition happens. As a result of that repetition, today you come to the point to take a decision, I don't like it. So like that, this repetition build up our point of view. There's nothing else. Whatever the point of view regarding anything that you carry, even that whatever that your husband, your wife, your children, friends and family members, so kind of like that, all the things you build up, there was the repetition happens with it. And then you build up a formula, you build up a pattern. That pattern you name as yours, but it is not that. In case if you start to detach things, separate that things, what will happen? You will not going to find what is in your head that exists in this very moment. That's an example. If you think that I have a husband or wife, I have children, reverse it to the, the very first day. From that very first day, in that very first moment of experience, if it is disappeared, you're not going to experience that what you experience today. So this is what called the skandhas. The heap of, it's a kind of like a mountain of repetition of your thoughts. It's like a mountain. And, what about so below? So like that, whatever in your mind, it's a whatever the actions that you build up on the outside world, it is deeply rooted to inside you. The very reason there is nothing, the very reason your own repetition. No one is wrong, or no one did it for you. It not happened by mistake. Only thing, it happened because of your own repetition. And then you have to come to the point to see why you repeat it. So then don't go to the Dharma to find that question. Go into inside you and see whatever the actions there, that what you repeat. You ask a question why you repeat that action. That is what you need. And if you get there, you don't need to stop it. I'm not telling to that. No, don't misunderstand. You have to get the right answer. Whatever the action you do, If you look back to your, 5 years, 10 years back, look into yourself and ask, why I repeat this, why I keep doing this. If you get the right answer, that right answer will liberate you from that own action. So that's mean what? These actions, this life is itself the path to liberation. Only thing is, we don't know how to ask the right question, maybe. We don't know how to look into that. So we think, oh, there is a different life to attain to liberation. No, no, no. This is the life. That exactly what you keep going as a human being. This is what the life you need to attain to liberation or the transformation. But the thing is, you have to come to the right point, right place to look into that. So the meditation is a method that, and when it comes to that meditation, that recognizing and go into deeper inside you, get out of this all the barriers, walls, curtains, colors, opinions, ideas, views. So getting to the very bottom of moment of experience is a skill. So you have to practice for that. So practicing means what? With awareness, with consciousness, again and again, again and again. It is not repetition. Remember that. A repeat means you do the same action in the same way. It is not a repetition. So this is more consciously you interfering. And then you make it more sharp and clear. And when the awareness becomes sharp and clear, what will happen? You start to recognize the form. What you see is not you. What you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, what you think is not you. You start to see that. And your feelings, good feelings, bad feelings, neutral feelings is not you. Even though you experience it, you recognize because of the forms, the feelings arise. That is what you recognize. Then the question, you can't find the answer. Why I feel like this? Because of the perception. So, and the feelings and the form. So, because of the form, the feelings arise. You know that when you are experience the feelings in that very moment, you should know that feelings come because of the form. That is the key point. Not when you have not feelings. Knowingly that is important, but that is where you have to apply it. So like when you are not sick, you're not going to get medicine. So like that, when you have the feeling, it doesn't matter, good feelings, bad feelings, neutral feelings. When you have the feelings, you should know that feelings come. Rather than hold as this feeling as I am, you should know that feelings come as a result of the form. So then the perceptions or the whatever the thoughts, ideas, and the many data, details come to you, you should know it brings by the feelings. So the form ignite the feelings. Now feelings ignite your perception. Don't hold it as you. And then the perception will build up the concept, thought patterns, believing systems, following system, the formula. So kind of like that. Then you should not hold it as you. You should know it comes as a result of perception. And when you are capable to get this all the four, you will see the very nature of the consciousness. So the very nature of the consciousness, when this is come to this, your consciousness going to recognize there is something there like that. That's it. When this disappears, and anymore the consciousness not going to go behind it, the whatever available next, the consciousness going to go with that. So that is why the finally when it comes, if this is here, that is going to be. When this is not here, that is not there. So like that, now when it comes to you, your samsara from this point, it is not already there. In this very point, how many million years your life going to go forward? Or your nibbana or anything, your liberation, your change or anything, going to decide according to this moment of your consciousness or the awareness. Why? Because if it is look for something, waiting for something, dream for something, what will happen? What you think, you become. It's going to come towards you. But if you recognize this process as be in the moment knowingly that this is not me, because we have that all the desires or the ideas or the thoughts that deeply within, we take this experience as me. But now if you know this form, feeling, perception, volition or the mental formations is not you, in that very moment, whatever you hope, whatever you dream, whatever you wait, not going to happen. But the experience will happen. That the waiting or the desire or wanting not going to be there. Once you have that anymore, you're not going to look for anything because you complete. And that is what we need. That completion, fulfillment, and bring this moment of experience is the finally you have. Even you attend to the liberation, there is nothing going to happen. You're not going to see something else. No, this is what you have. You already have that all. But in the deeper inside us, we looking or we targeting to something wrong or the something far away from us that even not exist. So once your mind change from that and be in the moment and knowingly, this is a mechanism and arising and disappearing as a result of connection of this all by aggregates, you come to the highest moment of experience. So with the meditation, little by little, we slowly touch that point. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Allow your inhalations, exhalations happens itself. So your inhalation, exhalations are the forms. And when it happens, the feelings arise. And following that feeling, sometimes in your mind, the perceptions arise. And following that perception, the mental formations or the ideas or the thoughts arise. And the recognition, this all as a completion, inhalation or exhalation, your consciousness. Arise it with the long or the short or the heavy or the soft, warm. So like that in details, that the completely your recognition is the moment by moment process. So just experience it without doing anything. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chami sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunjatu. Bless you.